Welcome back to That Dad Guy. Been a great week at the mailbox. I just have to say, you guys have been so generous. The last few weeks, my mailbox has been full. This week is no exception. 18 cards came in. 8 of them were official and 10 of them were from you guys just being your generous selves. So thank you so much for that. I'm going to go through those shortly. Thank you for those of you who continue to subscribe, continue to share the channel and promote it. Thank you for those of you who are commenting, and especially on That Dad Guy Answers Part 4, which is about food. If you haven't asked a question on it yet, go on that video, leave your comment, and tomorrow I will answer it for you. And if there is a category coming up you want me to talk about, leave it in the comments. Everything helps. As you can tell, it has been an interesting week. I've put out a few things. I've also laid low a little bit, just trying to get my brain back around things. Sometimes you just need to take some time off and recuperate a little bit, and that's, I guess, what I've been doing. Just trying to stay a little bit off social media. There's too much stuff going on in the world today, and sometimes social media has a negative side and impact to it, and the less you read about, the better. But it doesn't mean I'm not thinking about what's going on in the world and taking notice too. So I am wishing everyone health and safety wherever you are in the situation. So that being said, people tune into this channel, I think, to get away from things and to experience maybe life in Canada if they're somewhere else, or just find out what's going on in my mailbox. And that's what today's video is all about. What happened this week and what came in. So let's start with the official ones. This one actually came in today. This beautiful garden from Torino, the old Italian capital is what is said here. So this nice one from Italy. Let me show you the back and the stamps. There they are. I don't think I've gotten too many from Italy already. This may be my second card, official card coming from Italy, and I'm not even sure that it may not even be my first official card from Italy, and my other one might have been a swap. But yeah, it's great to get cards from all over the world, and this beautiful setting when it's winter outside is nice to see. So thank you for that one. The next one comes from Belgium. I'll put it right side up. And here we are, I have a little baboon face. And on the back, we have those stamps and some stickers. And it comes from Lieve in Belgium. And she just talks about where she lives and what's going on. I guess I won't talk too much about what's the message on the back, but thank you, Lieve from Belgium, for the baboon and the beautiful stamps. The next one was very interesting. It came in an envelope. I wasn't sure if it was a direct swap or not. Let me show you the stamps here on the front. You can see it says Cleveland, the postmark, so we're in the United States. And inside was a packet. So that threw me, a little dog stamp there that holds it in place. So I peel back the wrapping. And first thing, let me say this is from Anne. Here's the postcard she sent. She's from a small town in Ohio, and they're best for producing Silver King tractors in the mid-1900s. So this is why she sent a vintage maxi card. This isn't a maxi card, but let me just show you here. There's the stamp. So it was nice that she put a stamp on it, even though it came in an envelope. She didn't need to do that, so it hasn't been canceled. So thank you, Anne, for that. When she sent it, it was 9 degrees out. Very jealous. But this is the maxi one she sent. So it's like first day cover, basically, of the tricycle, issued in 1985 in Maryland. So that is very cool. There's a little bit about the maxi card on the back. So she sent the postcard, she sent the maxi card, she sent some fabric, because I know some people collect fabric. You can see this side is darker than this side. She also sent a playing card, because it's something she does. It's not a real stamp on it, but a stamp and cancellation on it. That's kind of neat, different, whatever it is. Postage paid is what the playing card decks were, so maybe this was put out, it says St. Louis, 2020, Missouri, so maybe it is a whole bunch of different postmarks from all over the United States on playing cards. So that's pretty cool. And then this, it says, "Be fierce, spreading love and kindness, acceptance for all. I hope this piece of artwork helped to brighten your day. Hold on to it for yourself or give it to a friend who could use it in a positive boost. Share how this card has impacted you on social media." So this is Emily Fowler art. I'm going to share this way for those of you that want to look it up. Hopefully you can get a good read on that. If not, I'll just put the link below too, so you can look them up on Facebook, Instagram, and Etsy, I guess. So it's at Emily Fowler Art. And I'll write it down below. Because yeah, it did brighten my day. So thank you, Anne, for sending the card, the fabric, the postcard, and of course the maxi card. So generous, because this was just someone who got my address to send along. And I know normally when I send or get an address, I just put a postcard together and send it to them. I don't go to all this detail to send a whole parcel off or a packet off. So thank you, Anne, for going above and beyond on that. And hopefully other people will tune in and send positive vibes that way as well. So thanks. The next one comes from Germany. Here we have the European Union flag all done up with blue postage stamps. So that's a little cool, a little different. And then on the back there are the stamps. So you have the traditional smaller flower one, but with the new one here with the parrot. That's cool. I haven't seen that one yet. So it's nice to get a different stamp, and talks about his village and where he's from on the back. But thank you so much for that. The next one comes from Japan. Here we go. So we have, sorry, just got turned around on the back. Here we have a nice koi in a beautiful Japanese garden. As you know, I love the architecture in Japan, and one day hopefully we'll get to visit. There are the stamps. And a nice message too. So thank you so much for that, and hopefully all is going well with you and your husband. The next one comes from Great Britain, and there we are, the Fab Four, the Beatles in caricature from Liverpool. On the back, we have the Union Jack stamp, which I haven't seen that one yet, so maybe that is a new one as well. And originally, this is from Rita, and she's originally from Portugal, but now lives in England. So thank you, Rita, for that. And there's something else she put there too. She put a little Lego Man sticker and a little Star Wars stamp there to go with it. So thank you so much, Rita, for thinking about all the different things that I might enjoy and putting it all on one card. The next one I have comes from the Czech Republic, and it's this one here that looks like a stamp and the boat on it. And then on the back she has included that stamp, and she's a 23-year-old who is about to get married and has 2 cats. So I wish you very much joy in your upcoming marriage and the life that you'll have ahead. So thank you so much for sending that off to me and including everything that you did. The next and last official one I have comes from Estonia. So I have gotten some cards from Estonia before, but not official. So this is the first official one coming out of Estonia. This is a nice map card. On the back, we have these stamps. Looks like an otter. I'm not sure if it is an otter or not, because it doesn't say whether he's close to water. I mean, and it's in Armenian, so I can't read what it says on it, but cool stamp nonetheless. And even down here, if I cover up the message, you can see where Estonia is in relation to everything else. Not too far from Finland, right next to Russia, and right above Latvia, for those of you who didn't know where Estonia was. So thank you for that. Now, the first one that is from a friend. It's that stamp from Sweden, and it's from my friend Maria in Finland. She traveled to Sweden, so she sent these cards. This one she got at the Lego shop. So she knows I like Lego, and so she found that for me. The next one, we have this nice fox that's enjoying a sauna. She's been telling me all about how popular saunas are in Finland. And so she thought she would include that. And then finally, if all that wasn't enough, she also included these Moomin stamps with the postmarks on them there. As we know how much the Moomin cartoon is important to Finnish culture. So thank you for continuing to share that with me. And the stamps for my father's collection. Hopefully I'll get over to see him soon to show him what all the nice gifts that people have been sending. The next one is this one here with the nice English stamps on it. And very well decorated in wildlife stickers. And of course this thanks postie sticker here. And this comes from Ron and Barbara in England. And he sent 2 cards. So we have this one, an old postage stamp. And then we have this one, probably from the same series. You can see the value are different, but one may have been domestic and one might have been international, but it does look like it's probably from the same series. It came out in 1996, both of them, on March the 12th. So thank you, for Ron and Barbara for sending those. And he wasn't done yet. He always is gentle and kind and sends things for my father. So he included this Irish stamp. And then the English stamps with the Queen's heads. The different denominations. And finally, these 2. So thank you, Ron, for sending all those things, those little extras for my father. I appreciate it. I appreciate you watching the videos, and that your daughter, Michelle, is keeping you up to date on what's come out. Hopefully you'll enjoy this one as well. All right, moving on, because I know this is running a bit longer already. It comes from Renee. You may know Renee Lewis from the US, and she's in Little Rock, Arkansas. She sent this Bugs Life card. I can see all the grasshoppers and things. I wondered if she was going to use those in some of her recipes coming up. If you haven't watched her video on cards that she bought from Fernando in Portugal, she did buy some recipe cards and she bought some bug cards. So I thought the bugs and the recipes could go together. But this one was sent off on 2/22/22. You can see the postmark there. She wanted to get it in time for me, so it did. So February 22nd, 2022 is postmarked on that. So thank you, Renee. The next one, there's a bit of a story with this one. Comes in an envelope. It comes from Texas, and I'm going to put Kristen's Instagram down below. She is Trooper Postcard Swap, but I will write it in a bit below here. She sent me this blank card and a little piece of paper. But the reason she did that is she has a friend in Anchorage, Alaska that's having a birthday, and she's trying to get at least 38 cards sent to her. So I thought I would promote that. I think it's a good idea. I sent a card off to her already, but if any of you out there would like to do the same, I would ask that you contact Kristen at her link here on Instagram and say you're willing to be a part of the birthday exchange, and she'll give you all the details you need to know on that. So thank you for sending the card, and the card has already gone off to your friend, and I wish she has a great birthday whenever here in March it is. The next card actually comes from a relative. This comes from my cousin in England. She wanted to send me a card that shows a little bit about some local history, but it is an artist that was born in Braintree, and this is the Braintree District Museum, Manor Street School, and so thank you so much, dear cousin Anne, for thinking of me and sending on that card. There's the stamp that she included. Excuse me, whew, a lot of talking going on. The next one comes from Turkey. So this one comes from Achalia in Turkey, and I gotta show you this on the back. Look at all those stamps. Beautiful stamps. So thank you, Achelia, for sending that and the card. It's nice getting something from Turkey as well. It's not an area I've ever been to, but it would be on my places to see one day, and all the history that's there, and the stamps on the back are just incredible. So thank you, Achelia, for that. The next one comes from Sweden. So there are the stamps. And inside, you know what? This one is going to be another video. This is going to go. Lately, people have been sending me some stamps and things. There's quite a few stamps in here. There are some first day covers, and so I want to give them the proper time on here. So this one comes from Kristen in Sweden, and she's gone above and beyond and sent me a bunch of stuff in there. So I'm going to show you that in a later video. And I actually have another package as well. I'm going to move on here to our friend Lewis. Lewis sent me this, and I said I would open it on in front of you guys. But what I've done is I've decided, because he said that there might be something in here. I slit the edge. I haven't even opened it yet. But whatever's in it is in this big parcel, and he says it had something to do with stamps. So I'm gonna wait just a second longer. I'm gonna slide this back in, and I'm gonna open this and this in an upcoming video that's gonna happen this weekend. And you guys will get to see what Lewis sent me and what Kristen from Sweden sent me. But for now, let's move on to what else Lewis sent me. We got this card here. Lewis is in Abu Dhabi. Any of you who've been watching my channel or some of the others see that he's very generous in his postcards. There are the stamps, some stickers. It was 23 degrees on February the 11th when he sent this. This is from the Grand Prix, which he got a chance to go to last year. So that's cool. Thank you, Lewis. And then the final card also comes from Lewis, Mr. John Lennon. So he knows I like the Beatles, and he found this card somewhere in his travels and thought he would send it to me. And look at the stamp. That space stamp takes up the whole top part of this. So you have the stamp, you can see where the perforations of the stamp are, and then where the extended portion of the picture in the stamp takes place. And then he has put a guitar for a musician, and he always decorates it nicely with the cards and the stickers and everything else going on. So thank you so much, Lewis, for everything you've sent. That's quite the haul. 18 cards, some parcels, some stamp packets coming up here, so we're going to talk about those. Tomorrow I've got That Dad Guy answers responses on food, so make sure you get your questions in so I can have a nice video on that as well. And then this weekend also I will have the opening of those 2 parcels from Lewis and Kristen, so you can see what's in there, so I can see what's in there too, so I'm excited about that. Boy, a lot going on. And I think I've got another surprise video. I'm just trying to figure out if I've got everything I need for it. It's very current with what's going on in the world today, so I want to talk about that. Whew. There's always stuff to do. There's always stuff going on, isn't there? So enjoy this video, enjoy the older videos. If you haven't had a chance to go back and look at some of the previous ones, go for it. Check it out. See how things have changed. See if I'm getting any better at doing this. And hopefully my voice is getting stronger and you're enjoying it a little bit more. I know the last couple, you probably can see it in my face or on my eyes, in my voice, that still not myself yet. But getting stronger. Hopefully things will go well. Back to work next week. My vacation is coming to an end, so get back to some normality. The kids will be off school next week because it's March break here, or spring break, or winter break, or however you want to define it. Next week they don't have school, so they will be home enjoying things and just taking a break too. So wherever you are, I hope you're staying safe. I hope you're enjoying post-crossing. I hope you're enjoying your stamp collections, your Lego collections, your collections of whatever you do that makes you happy. And we'll talk to you soon. Stay safe. What, Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends?
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?